Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Dan, aka aDrive. But you guys, our team builder here for playoffs round 1. The Minnesota Vikavolts are taking on the New York Noibats and Coach Mewtwo fan Nate in an epic rematch after our Week 5 showdown way earlier in the season. Now, Nate did win, if you guys remember that game. It was not exactly the best game we've ever played. There was a few things there. One, I let my Diggersby go down way too early to his Raikou. I made some over predictions early on. I lost a lot of momentum there. I wasn't enough prepared for Poliswine, truthfully, and honestly, Swords Dance Scissors swept me after I was critically hit on my Moltres. Now, would that have made a huge difference? I don't know. I mean, I would have lived for sure, and then I would have been able to threaten the Bulu out, but it's hard to tell how the game would have played out. But either way, I'm back with a vengeance, man. I really want to win this game, and now that I kind of know, I feel like I do really well in rematches. It doesn't mean I'm going to win this game by any means, but I feel like in the past, I've been able to learn from the rematches, and like, you know, he brought some really cool stuff like Assault Vest Raikou and Assault Vest Mesprit, things like that, and now I know that he brought those things. So I don't know how it's going to shake down, but we're going to do our best to try to win this game, and I will say it is incredibly early when I'm recording this, but I got to get my battles in as I am going to TwitchCon. So I hope you guys enjoy the battle tomorrow, the playoffs. If we move on to the next round, I'm going to be honest, it's going to be really tough for me because I legitimately, after the day this goes up, I have legit 2 days to battle the next match, and I don't even know who I'm playing yet, so I don't know what's gonna happen there, but I'm gonna try to win either way. So hopefully, maybe I can ask the league to reschedule or something a week. I don't know, but either way, he's got Mega Scissor, which is what did me in last time. Swords Dance, he brought Swords Dance knockoff, a Bullet Punch, and then I think a bug type move, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe U-turn or bug bite or something. Honestly, Swords Dance Scissors is very, very problematic for my team, so I just have to kind of keep that in mind and like be prepared for that. Tapu Bulu, he brought a substitute max HP set last time, so really good prep on his part with a rock move, rock slide. He may try to bring Stone Edge this time, but of course he runs the higher risk of missing. But either way, that's the Bulu. He didn't bring Hydreigon last time, but Hydreigon's a huge threat. If he brings Hydreigon, he has to bring it Scarfed, in my opinion, because I don't think it's very effective as a wall breaker against me. With me having Primarina, with me having a Tapu Koko, which resists or immune/resists to its dual stab, and having a Beedrill that's fast in it and one-shots it. So I don't know if he's gonna bring Hydreigon. He brought the Raikou, which actually was some problems for me. I was able to get rid of it, but he ran like a Charge Beam Assault Vest set with Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Hidden Power, Ice, which actually kind of did a lot of damage to me, so I have to be very careful there. I don't know if he's gonna bring the same set again, but I can tell you I've changed my plan to kind of help me deal with the Raikou a little bit better. He did not bring Blastoise, however he might. Blastoise is kind of tricky because it doesn't do very well against Koko, and obviously it is very, very bad against Primarina, so that leads me to believe that he may leave it out. Now, I do want to also mention that his team is the exact same as when I played him in Week 5. My team is different though. I have Donphan now, I have Gourgeist now, and I have Primeape. Previously I had Serena, Beware, and something else. I can't remember. Serena, Beware, and something else, like, I don't remember what it was, but yeah, so the team's a little bit different, so that's something to know. He did bring Mesprit last time. He brought an Assault Vest set with 4 attacks. I think he could bring it again as his way to deal with Primarina again. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, he doesn't really have the best answers to Primarina, so it wouldn't surprise me too much. He's got the Crobat. Crobat, he brought specially offensive last time with, like, Air Slash because of Beware. He doesn't have to do that this time because I don't have Beware anymore, so he may bring an offensive, like, physical set. But if he does, he has to bring max speed because of Tapu Koko, and he has to run a poison move. So he's got to run poison move, flying move, and then from there, he loses coverage. So he could have U-turn, but he loses coverage, you know what I mean? So he won't be able to fit like Roost and Defog or like Toxic or Taunt or things like that. Hariyama he didn't bring, but he could bring it. Hariyama's kind of weird again because like he has to bring Assault Vest in my opinion if he brings it, and even then it doesn't really break through a lot of my Pokemon. So I don't know if it's the best bet, but Poliswine makes a lot of sense. Physically defensive Poliswine, he brought it last time as a way to deal with Diggersby because it's priority. It also matches up pretty well against Latias, so I wouldn't be surprised if Poliswine comes again as a Stealth Rock setter, because otherwise his only Stealth Rock setter is going to be Mesprit, and I feel like he wants to bring that as a bulkier role. Typhlosion, specially offensive Pokemon. I don't really see Typhlosion being that big of a threat when I have Primarina and Latias, just being honest. And then Licky Licky, which is just annoying. This thing is super fat and hard to take down, but you know, it's just a bulky normal type Pokemon that doesn't really have a ton of power output. So I think he's gonna bring a very similar team. I think we're gonna see Scizor, Bulu, Raikou, Pile of Swine, those 4 for sure. I think we might see him bring Crobat again. I hope he doesn't bring Crobat though. I hope he mixes it up and tries not to bring Crobat. I think Mesprit makes sense. I really see him bringing the same 6. Like, I really feel like he's gonna bring the same 6. I, however, am not, and we're bringing a very similar team. To be honest, I'm bringing a very similar team because I felt like the team I built last time was good. I felt like up here I wasn't good. I feel like mentally I wasn't good, and I did make some tweaks. So let's go. We got our Beedrill here, Mega Beedrill, U-turn, Poison Jab, Toxic Spikes, knockoff. At first glance, you say Beedrill's really bad. Like, why are you bringing Beedrill? It can't touch Scissor and it can't touch Crobat, but I don't really care about that because it destroys everything else. I mean, yeah, Piloswine maybe not, but I realized I had an issue against Raikou, Bulu, and Mesprit last time, regardless of my team regardless of the outcome of the match. I had a hard time against those 3. I think having Beedrill is going to help me with that. I think Toxic Spikes is really nice as it helps me wear down things like Piloswine, Tapu Bulu, Raikou, especially brings a bulky set. Knockoff is really nice to potentially get rid of an Eviolite on Piloswine, making it easier for me to deal with. Also knock off an item on like Mesprit, or even knock off the item on Crobat. That could be really good. But I'm faster than everything on his team unless he brings a Scarford. So I have the luxury of U-turning out. If Crobat's coming in, that's fine. I just click U-turn. I switch out into a threat that can pretty much challenge Crobat, and I have a few things on my team that can. So I felt like bringing Beedrill, as weird as it is, I think it could be really good. I've got, excuse me, I got max attack, 62 defense, 196 speed, so that's just for priority moves. I can take him a little bit better. We're bringing Moltres again, pretty much the same Moltres as last time. Roost, Fire Blast, U-turn, Air Slash. I switched Fire Blast in for Flamethrower. I realized that he had a bulky Bulu last time, and I want to make sure I have the extra damage. If I miss the Fire Blast, I'm going to hate myself for it. Doesn't matter though. Air Slash over Hurricane, because I haven't hit a Hurricane all season, and I don't want that to happen again. And also, if I'm in a situation where Bulu has a substitute up, I want to hit Air Slash instead of Fire Blast, because it has a higher chance to hit. Air Slash otherwise just hits a few things a little bit harder. It allows me to hit things like Blastoise, I guess, a little bit harder, and potentially get some flinches. U-turn is there for momentum. Charty Berry again for those rock type moves. If he decides, if you watch my team builder, I gave him the idea of Ancient Power Scissors, so I hope he doesn't think to go Ancient Power Scissor now because I mentioned it, but which he might bring Ancient Power Scissor because I said that, which would be very frustrating, but it allows me to take on the Bulu a little bit better. Flame Body is clutch. We haven't gotten a single Flame Body burn all season. This is the game. We are gonna get a Flame Body burn this game. We are gonna do it. I also have intel that his Piloswine did not have a rock move last time, which means we kind of wall it. I don't know if he's gonna have one this time, but I have that in the back of my mind that he didn't bring one last time. So hopefully that we can make that work again. I'm bringing Latias back. It's pretty much the same Latias. Last time I had a core mistake with my Latias though. I had Dragonium Z, Draco Meteor, Hidden Power, Fire. Those are my only 2 attacking moves. I had Roost and Defog as my other 2 moves. I have Psychic on this one. The reason I made that mistake is because last time, if you remember, I went for Dragonium Z into the Piloswine. I went for Stealth Rocks. Then he went for Ice Shard, and I had to use Draco Meteor to knock out the Piloswine on the following turn, causing me to lose a -2 special attack. And then Bulu came in and it set up a free substitute against me. Because of that, I was set so far back in that match, and I had to break the sub with Moltres, and then I got Rock Slide, Flinch, whatever else. So this time I have Psychic. Now I can handle the Bulu. I can break a sub on Bulu. I have Hidden Power, Fire for Scissor, so I really felt like having that extra coverage move was super duper important there. I just really felt like that was important. I also noticed that in his team builder, his Raikou was designed to outspeed my Latias, outspeeding Typhlosion, so I went a little faster this time. So if he does the same thing he did last time, where his Raikou is designed to outspeed me outspeeding Typhlosion by 1 point, I'm actually going to outspeed his Raikou, despite the fact that Raikou naturally outspeeds Latias. So I did like pay a lot of attention there and try to kind of configure my team around that to try to take advantage of different speeds and stuff like that. I went through his whole team builder to try to get some intel on kind of what he did. I don't know if he did the same for me, but I was using everything I had at my disposal. The next Pokemon I did not use effectively last time, and I'm bringing it this time, and we're bringing some heat with it. Last time I brought a max attack Jolly set with a lot of speed investment, and that speed was allowing me to outspeed Bulu and Scissor 100% of the time. I realized that with his team, he has no reason to run max speed Bulu or Scissor. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. He has no reason to run those unless he's really worried about Primarina, which he shouldn't be, because Bulu and Scissor can both handle Primarina relatively well and naturally outspeed, even though I brought a speedy Primarina last time. I don't think he's gonna run enough speed to outspeed this Diggersby, and if he does, I made a huge mistake, but I ran Adamant this time instead of Jolly. I can outspeed max speed Adamant Bulu and max speed Adamant Scissor. If he goes Jolly on either of those with max speed, he loses a ton of bulk, which I think he needs. I think he needs that bulk. So that's why I felt like going with Adamant was gonna be safe. This also allows me to just plow through his Piloswine. When I watched his team builder, he was very scared of Diggersby. His only real good response to it, and I see it too, is the Piloswine. That's really his only good answer to it, and if I can get a huge hit off with return, we're gonna be really blowing through his team. Agility is there as kind of like a weird option to win con late in the game if I see an opportunity to set up an agility. I don't see how that's gonna happen, if I'm being honest. I don't really see how agility plays in here and works out, but quick attack, fire punch, return is all we need otherwise, and we're going to be hitting incredibly hard now that we're adamant. That little bit of extra damage makes a huge difference, especially with quick attack and stuff like that. We could be doing like 50-55% to a couple of his frailer Pokemon. I'm also bringing Bronzong back. I brought a similar Bronzong actually last time, same EV spread, but I brought Gyro Ball over Heavy Slam. Now I'm bringing Heavy Slam. Heavy Slam does hit a few things a little bit harder. It hits the bulkier Bulu harder. It also hits Piloswine a little bit harder, things like that. Obviously Crobat, it doesn't hit Crobat as hard, but Crobat can't really do much to me, so I figured that he's going to be threatened now by Gyro Ball anyway. Toxic instead of Earthquake. Last time I brought Earthquake, this time I'm bringing Toxic. He had that really bulky Raikou, and I'm worried about Blastoise this time. I'm worried he's going to try to bring Blastoise, and I don't have Tapu Koko, so I wanted to go Toxic this time, even though I have Toxic Spikes on Beedrill. That helps me Toxic things like Mesprit as well, and even like Hydreigon on the Switch, so I felt like that was good. Hidden Power Fire for Scissor, should 2-KO. I have a little bit of special attack investment there, but that was kind of the plan there. Stealth Rock, obviously, pretty important in this match, so that little bit of chip damage makes a huge difference. And then last but not least is going to be Primarina, pretty much the same set as last time. I did decide to bring HP Fire. I think last time I had Ice Beam, but I'm going with HP Fire this time to hit Scissor and guarantee that I can one-shot it. I also switched my EV spread up a little bit. I have almost max HP and max special attack and very minimal speed, whereas last time I ran a lot of speed and very little bulk, so that should help me live the hit from Bullet Punch on Scissor a little bit better. After Rocks, I think it's a damage roll actually if he gets Rocks up and he gets a +2 Bullet Punch, but I'll be able to live the hit a little bit better either way, so I felt like it was a safer bet to run Hidden Power Fire, which does one-shot Scissor most of the time unless he's like super specially offensive. But this is our team, man. I opted to take Koko out of the game. I know Koko is like really good, but Koko really, like, all it did was it was setting terrain for Raikou, which I hated. It gets walled by Piloswine, which is annoying. The Assault Vest Mesprit could kind of hold it down a little bit. I fight Terrain Wars with Bulu anyway, which could wall it. So I really didn't think Koko was that good. And I know Beedrill is very iffy in this match, but I think that it could actually catch him off guard because he's going to think Beedrill makes no sense. Why is he going to bring Beedrill? I have a Scissor and a Crobat, but I think it could work, especially to help me get rid of things like Mesprit, Raikou, and even like, you know, Tapu Bulu specifically. That was another thing too that I wanted to mention is last time I was forced with Tapu Bulu having a sub up, I had to go into Moltres and burn my berry. Now I can go into Beedrill and I can U-turn to break the sub and then allow something else to come in and you know, and take the hit like Bronzong, for example. So then my Moltres stays at full, because that whole game, like, he doesn't sweep me with Scissor if I still have Moltres at full, you know what I mean? So those are some things there that were just crucial mistakes on my part that really made a big difference in the game. So I'm gonna try to win this one, guys. I think we have a good chance. I think we have a chance to pick up the W and move forward in the playoffs here. We've worked really hard this season to get to this 11-4 spot, and I want to keep it moving, man. So show some love in that like button down below. Get excited for the battle tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Dan. I also go by aDrive, and I'm gonna catch you guys next time. Peace.